actually win if Brandon Lee, the lightning-fast martial artist and son of Bruce Lee, faced off against MMA legend Kazushi Sakuraba, the Gracie Hunter? Would Lee's cinematic skills hold up in a real fight? Or would Sakuraba's brutal grappling bring him down? Some say Lee was all flash and no substance, while others argue that Sakuraba's striking is too weak to handle Lee's speed. In this video, we'll break down their strengths, weaknesses, and reveal who truly comes out on top in this epic fantasy showdown. Brandon Lee, the son of the legendary Bruce Lee, rose to prominence during the late 1980s and early 1990s. His martial arts prowess was cultivated under the influence of his father's legacy. But Brandon added his own unique flair. Although many remember him for his iconic film roles, particularly in The Crow, Lee's real strength lay in his agility, speed, and mastery of Jeet Kune Do, a martial art developed by his father. Jeet Kune Do is renowned for its fluidity, adaptability, and efficiency. Lee's strengths were numerous: his ability to quickly read opponents, his impressive speed, and his powerful, precise strikes. His lightning-fast kicks and punches were capable of incapacitating an opponent before they even had time to react. However, Lee's primary weakness was his lack of experience in real combat situations. Despite his intensive training, most of his physical confrontations were on-screen, choreographed, or cinematic effect rather than the unpredictable chaos of a live fight. On the other hand, Kazushi Sakuraba, often revered as the Gracie Hunter, dominated the world of mixed martial arts MMA. During the late 1990s and early 2000s, a former professional wrestler turned MMA fighter, Sakuraba earned his legendary status by defeating members of the Gracie family, who were pioneers of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu (BJJ). His fighting style was unorthodox, blending catch wrestling, judo, and BJJ into a unique and unpredictable arsenal. Sakuraba's greatest strength was his grappling prowess. He was a master of submissions, capable of locking in holds from almost any position. His durability and ability to absorb punishment were also legendary. Sakuraba often endured significant damage before turning the tables on his opponents. However, his weakness lay in his striking, which was not as refined as his grappling. Additionally, he sometimes relied too heavily on his wrestling skills, making him vulnerable to fast, precise strikers. In a hypothetical match between these two legends, the fight would be nothing short of electrifying. The bout would likely begin with Lee using his speed and footwork to maintain distance, throwing quick jabs and kicks to keep Sakuraba at bay. Sakuraba, ever the tactician, would try to close the distance, seeking a takedown or a clinch. As the fight progresses, Lee's striking could frustrate Sakuraba, landing precise blows that might stagger the grappler. However, Lee's inexperience in dealing with a high-level grappler like Sakuraba would eventually show. At some point, Sakuraba would manage to close the distance, dragging Lee into his world of grappling. Once on the ground, Lee's chances would diminish rapidly. While he possessed basic knowledge of grappling, he would be no match for Sakuraba's experience and technique. In this scenario, Sakuraba would likely secure a submission, perhaps a kimura or armbar, forcing Lee to tap out. While Brandon Lee was an incredibly talented martial artist, Kazushi Sakuraba's experience in real combat, particularly in grappling, would give him the edge in this showdown. Lee's striking ability would certainly pose a challenge, but Sakuraba's durability and grappling expertise would ultimately prevail. In the end, Sakuraba's adaptability and experience in dealing with top-tier fighters would allow him to secure a hard-fought win over the charismatic and talented Brandon Lee.